So welcome friends, here we will talk about how you can use intent. And as I told you, intent is one of the main component in Android. And here I'm going to show you how you can use intent and how you can perform navigation between activities. Later on I will show you how you can use intent to invoke services and broadcast receiver. So this is a very simple example. In this example I'm going to use a login screen. And when the user select the username and a password, and when user click on the login button, if the username and password is correct, so I'm going to test this username and password manually by checking it with the manual strings. Later on we will test it by using SQLite database. So if it is correct, it will open the new activity, that is the welcome activity. So here as you can see in this particular example, we are having two edit text. And the IDs of this two edit text, the first one is the user edit text username, you can see out here. And for the password, we are having the edit text, that name is edit text password. And for the login button, we are having an ID button. So in button, I'm using on-click behavior, that is on-click event. And here you can see we are having a login check method. So this is very easy, my friend. You can directly call this method login check, and if not, you can declare this method over here. All right, and you will get a red line. So what you can do out here, you can press your Alt Enter and create this method. So this is the method that is created. Now if you want to perform the event, you need to retrieve these two values, and this is super simple. Here what I'm going to do, I'm going to just create edit text variable. Okay, the first one is the user and second one is the password. So if you want to use this two variable, that is an object reference variable, you need to create an object. You can use edit text user and call a method name find view by ID. So this method is defined inside app-compat activity, and here we know we are going to pass an integer reference. And all the IDs here available in the form of Android component are reserved inside r.java in a format of inner class, that is name is ID, and you can access this all object by using the reference address like r.id.edit text username and edit text password. All right, so this is super simple, my friend. So let me type here r.id.edit text username. In some of the older version, you need to cast it back to the original object. So I will type here edit text. In a similar fashion, I will use edit text password like this, edit text, and then find view by ID r.id.edit text password. Now when a user click on this particular button, this method is going to be invoked. So this is the event method, and whenever you click, whatever the logic that you are going to write here, it is going to invoke. So this is super simple. You can retrieve this value by using the getter method like edit text password dot get text and convert back into the string. So this is something that when you type, when you press this button, this is the value. Now what I'm going to do out here, I'm going to initialize this variable in a string. All right, same thing you can do with the user. Like this here, and now you can use a method, a condition. For example, I'm going to use an if condition that says if my user dot equals to Girish, and when I let's say I'm using the AND condition, so both should be true, that is the password dot equals to, let's say 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. If this condition match, okay, open welcome activity. Or else what you can do, you can use a log, okay, to show user that something bad happens. This is for the programmer purpose, not the user purpose. Let's say main activity, and here I will just notice give a message login field. Now when a user enter the correct username and password, here we need to use the concept of intent. So to use a concept of intent, that means we were going to navigate from one activity to another activity. So what we can do out here, we can create a new activity over here. All right. So how you can create a new activity? It's super simple, my friend. Make a right click on your package, go to new, go to activity, and this time select the empty activity, and let me name it welcome activity, and this is the layout. Finish it. And now what we need to do here, we need to design the activity underscore welcome so that we can display a text, a welcome text. That's a welcome with a username. And if you want to display password, you can also display it. So here I will use a text. I will make it drag and drop here. All right. And just add a constraint. Okay. And here I'm going to display. You can just increase the width to the, okay. Here you can see the width to the match parent like this. And here I'm going to display. So this is the idea of a text view. You can change it if you want like this. Okay. Now if you want to set a value, that is a string value that is coming from the last activity, you need to have an object of this text view. So it's super simple. Go to the welcome activity, and we know the set content view here is the activity underscore welcome. So let me create here private, let's say text view welcome, and let me create an object text view, find view by id r.id.text view welcome. Now before retrieving a value, let me show you how you can navigate from one activity to another activity, and this is super simple. Go to the main activity. All right. And here we need to apply a logic. So intent is very, very simple, my friend. You just need to create an object of intent, and always try to learn from the Android Studio itself. It will give you a lot of hints. So here you need to create an object of intent like this. Okay. So we need to set a source and destination, means from this particular main activity, we need to move to the welcome activity. So a lot of methods are available here. Setter method, you can see, getter method, you can see, and to send a message, you can use a put. But here first we need to set a value, set a classes, okay, source and destination. So you can use your set class. The first one is your current activity. So you can use your main activity dot this, and then the destination activity, that is the welcome activity dot class. So it's so simple, my friend. In this till now, I'm not going to set any kind of value. It is username and password. I'm just going to demonstrate you how you can navigate from one activity to another activity. In a moment, I will show you how you can send a message also. So here, first let me invoke a method. That method name is start activity. Like set content view, which is particularly used to show a layout, start activity is also a method defined inside AppCompat activity, is used to invoke an intent. So whatever the resource carries here inside the intent, like move to the welcome activity, it will open up at welcome activity. So here you can just pass an object of intent. So super and simple. Save it and just run this application. Okay, so you need to have an emulator. Okay, so emulator is missing. So let me create an emulator. Okay, so don't worry, I have shown you how to create an emulator. All right, so let's create an emulator, and then I will show you how to run it. Okay, my friends, so let's analyze the result. This is a very simple one. Here, if I type in this particular application username and password, we know, and it will just perform a simple navigation when I press the login. So this means the application is working by using the intent. In the next lesson, we will discuss about the type of intent and how we can pass a message, how we can send a value from one activity to another activity. Thanks for watching this tutorial. Have a nice day.